come pay attention. The money come when you stop pretending. The funny talk gon' stop too. I ain't playing games with you fucking gremlins. Fuck a goblin, you barely popping. We keep winning, we ain't fucking stopping. You fucking phony, stop telling stories. We can tell you lying for a little glory. Lex Luthor, no Lex Luthor. My heroes then used to shoot the juicer. Y'all shoot the club up for no reason. How I know? There's no one bleeding. Pill poppers are the real monsters. Kill farmer, then kill the doctors. Kill the haters that's always hating on what we doing cause we popular. Big bag, I'm a big deal. Plenty cash, we skipping jail. Pass and go, we buying blocks. No fish kills, we big whales. Real estate got the market corner. Dudes keep missing, make a target for 'em. Proof in the pudding, y'all eating porridge. Where we lifting weights every fucking morning. Moonwalk on that heated floor. Take a splash in that swimming pool. No lazy man, we hard working. Till the clock stop, we making moves. Shut the fuck up, we talking now. Shut the fuck up, we talking now. Shut the fuck up, we talking now. Shut the fuck up, we talking now.
Yo, good evening, everybody. I know we popped up on you this time. We popped up on you at random. We did not have anything planned for you guys, but at the same time, the subject keeps coming up, and it came up throughout the week and the past few weeks. The subject we're talking today on the Family Meeting podcast, where, you know what? Forget that tagline. Your family too. We're talking about mental health. Yeah, I know. Serious subject. Normally we're clowns. We're goofy. We're off the wall. We're screwball. But at the same time, tonight, it felt like it was a good time and a better time than any to actually address some real issues. We're talking about mental health, whether it be from something that you learned from your favorite wrestler or something that happened in wrestling, to something in your personal life, to how do you deal, to how do you feel, how do you separate what's real. I'm not trying to rhyme. It's just how it goes. Like, mental health is a big thing. And a lot of times we are not allowed to address it. Now, I'm glad that more and more programs have been put in place in order to address this topic. And, you know, maybe you take a part in it or not if you have a job that is supportive of it. But at the same time, it's something that's big and it's something that's real and it's not going to go away. It's always been around. And the more we address, the more that we can really help ourselves and build up. So this is the time. You guys know, hey, fans, chime in with your opinions, chime in with your topics, but let's get it started. I got a couple special guests. Of course, we got a mainstay. This is my brother. What's going on, brother?
Hey, everybody.
Good. Yeah. I hear the wrestling going on. I know what's going on.
Yeah. I'm watching Collision in the background, y'all.
I got you. Drop the volume just slightly before we get sued for spoilers. Yo, we got another special guest in here tonight or whatever. He's gonna pop back on screen, but when he gets here, it's gonna be a real surprise for him, not for anybody else. He's right there. But yo, Beast, on the topic of mental health, like, is there a particular avenue that you think about more than any other when it comes down to this topic, this subject? Or, I mean, is it something that we had to learn to address in the first place? Like, how do you feel? Just when the topic hits you, how do you feel?
It's basically something that I have dealt with one way or another since about, if I'm honest, 9th grade.
Yeah.
That was the first time I started feeling like pressure as far as school, because like up until then, school was pretty easy for me and whatnot. So like I always was able to get good grades and whatnot. But when I got to high school, shit started getting rougher, and I started to wonder why that was. You know, why it wasn't clicking, and it was because this is the first time I ever had to study.
Yes.
You know, so I didn't really know what I was doing as far as studying and shit. You know, like, because I never had, like I said, from kindergarten through 8th grade, pretty much school was easy for me.
No, I understand it.
Like academics wise, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like once I hit 9th grade and like I started feeling more and more pressure, like I started having like mental breakdowns, panic attacks, this, that, the third. You know, I'm like not eating at periods of time and shit like that. And once I got a hold on that, like
that's another thing. I ain't trying to cut you off, but that's another thing to put a pin on because that affects a lot of people too. But go ahead.
Yeah, and like once I got a hold on that and, you know, started to get the hang of what, you know, studying even was, and, you know, started doing it, and, you know, school started to become easier for me again. You know, stuff like that. It became not so much that, but now I'm in high school. You know, what's going on, Jamel? I see the name Multiverse in there, but I know, you know, I know who you are. Anyway. And oh shit, TJ was good.
Yo.
But yeah, now I'm in high school. The academics is coming together and whatnot. But then we get into what every young high school male, you know, wants to get into, and that's the females.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
Let me put this banner up just so if anyone pops up, they'll know what we're talking about because this affects people in different ways. And what you're trying to get at, basically, is almost performance anxiety and fear of failure, because you're going from
dealt with a lot of that.
Dealt with a lot of that. Yeah, being a maverick all throughout your career, because that hit me when I got to college. Like I achieved a lot of stuff throughout school.
It heightened when I got to. I thought I was done with the shit at high school. I got to college and it hit me again. So I definitely not like it's stages, and it's like different shit triggers different mental stresses. Different things in your life triggers different mental stresses. Like
true.
Like when you got to the college aspect. Now you out of high school, you're basically a man now for men, and for women, you know, 18, you start to feel like you're a woman now or whatever. So you feel like you're an adult.
You can
exactly. You know you're a young adult. Now, not only do you have to keep up your grades for college, you probably need some money, so you got to get you a job. Let's see. Of course, you trying to find, you know, male, female, whatever, you know.
You want to still have your social life.
Spend your time with.
You're learning your social life, actually. Go ahead.
You know, exactly. You know, you figuring out what you like, what you don't like, what you figure in a group of friends, and I'm done. There's a lot of things that attack your mental health on a daily basis.
All right, so let's pause right there.
At different stages of life.
Let's pause right there, not to cut you off, because we're definitely going to keep diving into that. But what you just pointed out was a few different topics: performance anxiety, fear of failure, and when fear of failure is a whole nother subtopic. But transition, life transition, uncertainty. Also, still trying to find that peace within you. What makes you happy? Those are all things that come along with this, man. TJ, I want to keep you on hold, man. Like, did you have anything to add to that? You want to talk about your own, or like how do you, well, first of all, let me introduce you the right way, man. TJ is a real one, all right. TJ is a real. I love this dude. I love his work. Some of y'all have not seen his work. I know I'm bigging him up on a mental health episode, but hey, I really appreciate what this guy does, and I'm really glad that he's here to be with us. So, TJ, man, go ahead. You got the stage, brother. You got the stage. You got the stage, man.
So, for starters, if I'm in and out up here, it's because I am kind of double timing between this and my work shift.
A part of mental health. Go ahead.
Let's see. I mean,
if
I don't know if I really have anything like specific to just like generally add into. If like there's somewhere specific we can jump at.
Oh no. Well, let me ask you like this. Let me be a good host. Let me give you some leading things to talk about. Why did you even want to be a part of this episode? And I ain't saying that like I'm challenging you. Like apparently something struck you that said that you wanted to be here. Like,
well,
what made it so important for you to be here?
The mental health topic has never been something I'll take lightly. You know, I'll joke about a variety of subjects. That is not one of them. I feel like it's something that desperately needs a bigger spotlight, and I just want to, show that support as someone who deals with their own shit on a day-to-day.
Understood. Because I mean, a lot of people will joke about, and I'm going to bring up something that's very simple, but a lot of people joke about Eminem and whether he's a top rapper and all this other type of stuff. But he spoke to a lot of people that really feel that way. Like he talked to it. This is for anyone who ever been through shit in their lives and they sit and they cried at night wishing they died. Like that's serious. And even though it was, music, but it was still a serious topic. So a lot of people don't understand why he has fans. A lot of people don't understand why you can't understand people when they're going through some mental strife and struggle. Welcome to the show, Joe Mega. Welcome. But like that's why it gets glossed over. And I'm going to talk about it from real quick, just a couple seconds before I'm gonna give the stage over to Multiverse and Joe Mega. And this is no offense to anyone, but as a man, first of all, as Common said, as a man, you're taught to hold it in. As a man, you're taught that you're supposed to do this. As a man, you're supposed to be grown. You're supposed to be tough. You're supposed to, don't cry. Never let them see you cry. Never let them, all that stuff. You're supposed to be a brick wall. You're supposed to carry on and weather off. And then even in this society, and I know you don't have the same society, TJ. Congratulations. But as society, as a black man, I wish you would show emotion. Oh my gosh. And then trying to be understood throughout all of that after the generations and decades of things that you had to go through that even happened before you were there, and you don't understand why you are yourself. I wish you would talk about it, and this is what we're doing today, man. So, Joe Mega, welcome to the show. Multiverse, welcome to the show again. Whichever one of y'all want to chime in, floor is open. I'm gonna mute myself just for less noise traffic. Whichever one of y'all start, I'll let y'all go.
You can go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead. I'm still trying to get my audio together.
Okay. Yeah, well, as you know, someone who manages multiple different personalities with the multiverse, mental health is important because, like, so many times I get people making like the schizo jokes and dealing with people who actually deal with schizophrenia. I try to stop them as soon as they do that because they don't understand like the people who do watch and what they're going through. So that's part of why I do the different characters the way that I do.
I just had a whole conversation with you, and I didn't really. I'm muted. No, I didn't think about that as far as a take on your character, and for people who don't understand and who didn't catch the EFED episode, Pretty much we perform as characters, even though we
Yeah.
don't actually get in the ring, we don't actually touch each other and fight and wrestle and all that. But we do this as another part of mental health. It's an escape. It's therapy.
Yes.
We do that stuff as a hobby. It's like playing a game, like playing a board game. Except
There we go.
your chess pieces are you and how you're able to respond to someone else. So what he just said is a part of his character is being able to kind of shine a light on people with schizophrenia, because what you just said, or did I take it the wrong way? You
Nope.
actually work around people with schizophrenia.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so you tell people more about the character that you portray, just for anyone who just might be tuning in and might want to follow. This is a shameless plug, PWR. You know, all that.
Yeah, definitely. So like the character multiverse, like basically it's a different type of person, and they all have like different traits and different things. It's something about each person that stands out, whether it be like the Scottish character like McIntyre, the African character like Funke, the Jamaican character like Winston, or of course Jobby. The thing,
The job, man.
it's all part of the job, man. You got to do the job. But I knew some people were taking it a little too serious, because somebody had told me before, like they didn't know that the Funke accent wasn't real. Like when they heard me speak regular, they were like, "Holy shit, that's not how you really talk."
The first time I heard you, it was Funke.
Yeah,
And
that
then when you started talking around, like, who the fuck is this guy?
Same. Absolute same.
So,
yeah,
but being able to do that, though, like that's your artistic release, right?
yeah,
That's
definitely.
you releasing yourself to the world. And, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm saying in front of the world right now, you're one of the most talented people I've ever seen. But actually knowing that there's a background attached to a mission and a purpose, that makes it even more better for me. That makes it even more impactful. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense or whatever. And I'm not trying to kiss your brown eye. I'm just telling you that, man, like that's deep. Because a part of my mental health, and I'll get there in a little bit. I just want to give everybody a stage real quick, because I can be here all night. That's right, you're under my control. But anyway, I want to give the stage up. Multiverse, you wanted to add something to that?
No, man.
Hey,
Yeah, that's good. That's
hey, stick around. Let's see what we can add to this, because I mean, I know it's difficult talking about this, because we ain't even got to the damn meat and bones right now. We still playing with the skin. Jamaica, what you got to offer, man? What's up?
What's up, bro?
Good seeing you always, man.
Man. So I'm actually I'm glad you guys pulled this together today, because it's like art imitates life more times than not. And it's just funny how the week started and how it's ending. You and B shall know me very well, and I hold a lot of things to the chest.
A lot of things. You hold everything to the chest.
Nah, well,
But I'm gonna stop interrupting you, man.
Just about.
I mean, well, this week, as we all know, we lost about a good 6 people in a 24-hour span. Not all for the same reason, but for one reason or another. And I talked to Aaron a few weeks ago. He was asking me something about his intro, whatever, and we just got to talking, you know. And there are times where, you know, what we do as a hobby starts to feel like work.
Yeah.
And when it starts to feel that way, you need to either dial something back or change something up.
Put a pin in that too.
Like for me, it's time to change something up, because I thought I was finna dial something back, but then something hit me, was like, nah, you good. You just need to change something up. You know, that's where I am right now, and that's what you're gonna see. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. So yeah, it's been it's been a process, but I've gotten my I was hitting the wall for a minute, you know. Artistically, I was hitting the wall, you know, and it's just like, what can I do to shake things up to make this exciting again? Because this is supposed to be our release. This is supposed to be, you know, our mental health checkup.
Yep.
You know, the shit's supposed to be fun, and when it's not fun, it's not gonna come across as that. It's gonna come across as forced. You know, people are gonna see through it. You know, and not gonna feel you. You know, especially if you're not feeling yourself. So
Let's
so
take
yeah.
that a step further. Let's take that a step further. What happens when what you're using as your mental escape, your mental medicine to kind of keep you on track, when that becomes something that becomes a deterrent, it becomes the opposite. What do you do? And I'm going to talk to you from a real standpoint. I'm going to put it out here right now. For example, I know what I did in college. I know what I did, and I know what it led to, and I know what it. Right now, everyone who knows me, they knows I love my beverage. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But at the same time, I've had to find ways to deal with that and manage that and do different things, and I've gone through ups and downs with it. You know, no, I haven't done anything crazy, but at the same time, what happens with what you turn to as your release? As your escape, your mental health diagnosis, your mental health prescription turns into work, and it turns into a deterrent, and it turns into something that you have to deal with, and it turns into more of a damn addition to the mental health that it was supposed to be trying to deal with. What happens? I know I had to find extra help. I had to find extra help, me, myself, personally. I had to. I know I had to lean on people in a different way, personally. Not to say that I was just, down and out bad, but I knew I recognized the problem, and it sucks.
And that's where it comes to really awareness. You only know what you can deal with. And when you hit that wall, you got to be able to look in that mirror and analyze, okay, where's the struggle coming from? You know, is it something from the outside or is it something on the inside? You know, where's the source of that struggle?
Right.
You know, if it's on the outside, yeah, you could easily shut the outside off. But if it's internal, it's like, okay, what do I need to do to get back on track? You know, what do I need to do to make this what it's supposed to be?
Let me ask you a question, or you know what? No, let me ask the board a question. Is it ironic that you find that it's, or do you find sometimes that it's easier to deal with the outside than the inside?
Oh yeah.
I know for me, I can shut down the outside real quick. I can use the gift of gab. I can spit game. I can do all that shit and handle the outside. The inside bothers me, and I end up like in my personal life ruining a lot of things. Well, I won't say ruining, but making obstacles that weren't there before just because I can't present it the right way. I can get on here and be money all day long, but in my real life, man, sometimes it's like I don't know how to say what I need to say, when I need to say it, how to present it, or put the words together, and it creates more of that mental turmoil. And I'm doing it, and I'm thinking about the other people that get affected too. Do y'all have the same thing? Like, do y'all? Is it easier for you to deal with the outside, the inside? Is my question.
It's up. For me, it's always easier to deal with the outside because, like I said, the outside is easier to shut off or come back or something like. It's like Joe was saying. When we talked a few weeks back, we talked about when it's hard to even cut the camera on to cut the promo. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, mentally in your head, you're not in a place where you even remember punch. And it could be because of something in you, or it could be because of something that's happened, or it could be a combination of the two. So when that case, you got to figure is to shut out and see what's going on outside. But when something's going on inside, that's always the harder thing to deal with. That's always the harder thing to address.
I'm gonna ask
mainly because I mean, one thing you want to start feeling better immediately, and when you don't, it can deter you from. So that's one hurdle you definitely got to overcome, and sometimes that's the hardest one.
Yeah, because I always believe that yourself is the toughest battle to fight. TJ, you ever been in a position, man, where like you're conflicted?
Yeah, of it's kind of a frequent occurrence with myself is like, we talk about whether it's easier to weigh the outside against the inside. A weird thing when sometimes it feels like it depends on the day. Like one day I can take this thing on, but don't even show me this thing. Some days I can take both of them on at the same time, and some days it's like I don't want to look at any of this.
You know that's clinical, right? No. I don't mean that as because we got to get rid of this facade of okay, something's wrong with you. No, ain't nothing wrong with you, man. This is something that everybody goes through. When I say that's clinical, I mean like there's a name for it. I didn't want to cut you off. I want you to finish. But what I'm saying is, that's clinical, right? And what I'm saying is, bro, you are not alone. You are not alone. There are days that actually trigger people. You're better than most.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I won't like drive too deep into everything because there's a lot of avenues. But it's one of those things that has kind of reared its head around relatively recently. So dealing with that is still pretty fresh on the mind.
Yep.
And it can be kind of a hellscape. And then I've got that lovely little ADHD bug running around in there too. So it's like it mixes in with like these fits of like demotivation followed by like intense motivation. I'm just all over the place.
Yep, you said the right word, fits. And people look at fits as, one thing, but not necessarily realizing what it really means. And so I'm glad you brought that up. That's another pinpoint. So we're like 30 minutes in, damn near 30 minutes in, and we've touched on like 15 different points of mental health. But I want to swing it to Multiverse. Multiverse.
He left.
I think he's stuck.
He's right here.
Oh, okay. I didn't see.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
He's right here. I want to swing it to Multiverse. Multiverse, share what you got to say. Okay, I'm gonna do a lot of psychobabble until he starts talking. No, I said that on purpose though, because on the subject of mental health, sometimes that word psychobabble gets used. And raise your hand if you ever heard someone try to explain to you something about you, and all you wanted to do was just express yourself, and they're trying to analyze you and tell you what to do, and you're like, "Who gives a fuck? I just needed to tell you that." I don't need you to analyze nothing. I don't need you to fix nothing. I don't need you to do anything. I'm just expressing myself. And you're doing something that's making me say, all right, I don't know why I came to you in the first place.
Yep.
You know, you mean well. They mean well.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're doing is making me think about the shit even deeper, and is causing the adverse effect.
That's
I
why that exact reason is why whenever I approach my wife with a problem that I'm going through, I let her know I'm coming to you to vent. That is all. Just vent.
got you. No, that's a smart tactic.
Don't try and analyze it. Don't try and fix it. Because honestly, I don't care about the other side. I want you to hear my side right now, and that's all.
Yeah. Sometimes
Uh,
it's gonna sound very sound very teenage.
Mm-hmm. You know, but sometimes that's all you want is to get it out. Is to vent about it. Get all your frustrations.
Say it again, and you missed it. I'm gonna say it again, and I use this as a joke, but at the same time, I got to stop doing that. You're pretty too, because you know how teenage girls get into arguments. You're pretty too.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you are pretty. You both are pretty. And sometimes, like, we just want to be able to get stuff out. And this is as men, because we don't have a female on this. I would love to have a female in here right now. I would love that.
Yeah, it'd be.
Yeah, they all left us,
a
man.
fun perspective to have.
But as a man,
they all left us.
We want to admit that.
As
a man, sometimes we want to hear. As a man, sometimes we want to hear, not that you're pretty too, but you're like, hey, that's okay. We're groomed and taught to say, hey, uphold your woman, do this and that there, but we're not ever taught to deal with yourself and deal with, hey, you are not okay right now. We're not ever able to talk about getting knocked down. We're not able to talk about that. That's taboo as a man. But we're supposed to say, hey, when your woman feels this way, you do this. When your woman feels this way, you do that. But you always got to be the brick wall. And I ain't saying that as a complaint. I'm saying that that's just how we're groomed. And so what does that lead to? It leads to
what Jill said right. What Jill just said right there on screen is right. Communication is always key.
Always key. Always key. And she's absolutely right. Friendship, relationship, all that. Communication is key. Communication is key. But, and I'm not trying to say this to discredit Jill. I'm gonna put this right back up. I ain't saying this to discredit Jill. What I'm gonna add to that, Jill, is what happens when you're not taught that way? What happens when you don't know how to?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't saying this to put you on Front Street, because you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Communication is key. Friendship, relationship, partnership, business-ship, all that is key. But we're not taught. We're not taught how to.
Some people just don't know how to navigate that field.
Yeah, we're not taught that.
Some people don't know how to be open because they were never raised to know how to be open.
Exactly. If you were a kindergartner right now, you scraped your knee, I'm sending you to the nurse. I'm telling you to hush. I'm telling you, hey, it's a scraped knee. I got the same thing. I did the same thing myself. I did this. I got this. I got this. I got this. I'm not. But what if that is something that's really deeply impactful to you?
Mm-hmm.
We're not taught that. We're taught to handle it, grin and bear it, grow the hell up, be a man. Be a man about it.
Suck it up.
Yep, suck it up. Walk it off. Salt tablet. King of the Hill reference. Salt tablet.
King of the Hill reference. I got it.
Yeah, you know. But at the same time, is that fair? Because we didn't realize it, because all of us are here grown men right now. I would love to have a woman on here. Would love to have a woman on here. Not the basher, but just so we can have that balance.
Yeah.
But that's what we're taught. And so when we're not able to, and this goes back to the whole topic, the mental health thing. We don't know how to communicate with women sometimes, because we're groomed a certain way. And what they're looking for and what they're expecting is different from what we've been groomed to. We've been groomed to be Thor, when sometimes they need Hawkeye. and sometimes they need Captain America, and sometimes they need regular ass Joe. No pun intended. No pun intended. From the damn. But we've been taught that you can't show no emotion, no pain, no nothing. And you know what? I'm not stupid enough to think that they're not the same. They've been groomed in a certain way, and that's the reason why we had. Oh, this is a whole nother topic. We're gonna talk about this another week. They've been groomed a different way. You're a woman, and you the shit.
Because we've been conditioned that if we do show emotion and whatnot, what what are other men gonna call us?
Bitch.
There you go. Here it is.
You a whole bitch.
A whole bitch. Showing emotion out here crying and shit.
How
about that crying? Do some push-ups or something.
Out here crying. Now I wanted to have this, and please, guys. I know I'm hosting right now. I know Beast Mode is, hosting right now, or whatever. But y'all chime in. But I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. I told y'all the truth about something else earlier. But shoot, I ain't gonna lie. As a man, there are times women love to say that men have their monthlies too. We just don't bleed. There was a time I didn't believe that. There's a time I believe that now. Because now I'm like, man, there's a certain time where I could watch an episode or something, whether it be Law and Order, whether it be a movie, whether it be something, and I'll be like, you have to do it like that, man.
Yeah.
You have to do it like that. And, like I ain't boo-hooing, but I'm over here like tears are weeping. I'm like, oh.
Tearing up, yeah.
He sacrificed himself. Oh shit. And y'all know me, and this is how serious I am because I don't even cuss on this podcast. But I'm sitting here telling you, I'm going like, oh shit. Yo, do they allow us? When I say they, I don't mean women. I mean society. Do they allow us to do that? Even though they want us to do that, because I got a whole nother story about that to talk about.
Hell no, because that's why we do it in the house.
Yep. By your damn self. Hey, TJ, what was the last thing that made you cry? I'll tell you mine. You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Oh, God. We're going back in the tank. Last thing I remember that actually made me cry. It's been a few years ago. More than one, less than three. I know that. So somewhere between a year or 2 years ago. I was just scrolling Facebook one day and I see this video that's like the whole plot of it is talking about basically kind of like the lifespan of this like stray dog that gets picked up and saved by this guy and lives a whole big happy life. You live the whole life with this guy and his dog, raise the whole family around the dog, and then the dog gets old and has to be put down.
Exactly.
I'll admit it was that sent me into waterworks.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Like that's not really that big a deal. Was that your dog?
No, it was just like some random video, but it made me think of but it made me think about my situation.
But
like the fact that I have aging dogs that I'm gonna have to go through that with.
I know somebody who just went through that,
Mm-hmm.
and it hit me, even though it's not my dog.
Yeah.
I know somebody who just went through that.
Yeah, but if you're someone that has a pet, you know you're going to go through that.
Oh, bro, man, it bothered me because at least this person had the ability to, euthanize the dog, get the ashes, and do what they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
You had to go full gangster country ass mode. My dog. Hold on, wait. I hear some music right there.
It's definite. It's definite. The department store supermarket music. So Charlie must be at work.
I got you. But no, my whole point with that is like, yo, we feel stuff too. This is the segue. We feel stuff too. And I'm glad you said that, TJ. That was perfect. We feel stuff too. Like it may not be.
I can't even reveal mine. Mine is just too much. Mine is too much because it was something so small, and the media. Oh, Mega left. Bet I can say it now. I can't. Listen, I can't. I don't know what it is. I can't.
No, it's like that.
So, T, I told you about this one.
You be careful because Mega's back.
Fuck it. All right. I already started.
My point is, why do we have to have certain parameters around? And I'm not talking about just men. I'm talking about men and women included. Why do we have to have certain parameters around expressing ourselves?
Listen, because admittedly, the source of it is pretty damn funny. The last thing that I can remember that affected me like that as being something that I was watching that made me tear up was the episode of the Powerpuff Girls when I was 17.
Bro, I mean, why you hesitant on that? I'll tell you right now. Futurama, the episode where he got his dog back, and then he really had to leave.
Hey. We're not gonna talk about that episode of Futurama right now because that's gonna open up a whole other
I'm
thing.
I'm being full frontal, full nuts. But hold on, B. Hold on, B. I want to cut you off. We're gonna get to it because we done put a pin in like 15 different subjects right now. Hey, Sarah, what's up, man? We're talking about mental health, man. What did you want to add to this? Why did you feel the need to jump into this topic?
Well, mental health is not an easy topic to even talk about, especially even among friends. And to talk about it with certain people, it shows you trust them and you're willing to open up to them. As a lot of you know, I've been fighting depression for a while. Sarah hasn't been Sarah for months.
You just brought up another topic. A big thing. Trust. Trust is a big reason why we can't do what we want to do. Trust. I didn't want to cut you off, but I wanted to put that other pin in there. That's number 17.
I mean, like Jill, Amelia, Fiona, Cody Bentley, even my girlfriend Becca. It took me months to even mention to them, hey, I'm going through hell. I'm not myself. It's not, and it's more or less I trust them, but I was also afraid of what the reaction would be.
Yeah.
Because me personally, I have the personality of the guy that will take the world on his shoulders and hold everyone else's problems on mine.
Yep.
And I'll bury my issues.
Yeah, I feel that. Because kind of a twist on that on my front is, like I like to kind of, step in and try to help people with their situations because honestly, I don't have the first fucking clue how to deal with my own. So it's like I'll just put that off to the side. I'll worry about that when I have an idea. What's going on in your world?
And for me, it's got worse since I became a supervisor at my store I work at. Because I have to literally put everything that's going on with me to the side.
Yeah.
And it just builds up.
Oh, yeah.
You can only push it to the side so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's the sad part is, like, I think we all do that knowing that if we don't manage it, it's gonna blow up. But we think, oh, we'll come back around to it. Me, I almost always never end up coming back around to it, and it ends up blowing up my face at some point.
The one thing, the hardest thing to do, but the best thing to do is try to establish some type of balance. But only you understand how that works for you.
Right.
You know, it's not something in the manual, not something you read in a book. You know, because everybody's life is distinct.
Mm-hmm. That
So
comes
finding
down to
out
the
what
next
works
big
for
thing.
you,
Yeah, finding your method.
finding your center.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it comes to trust. You gotta trust people to get to that center.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
That trust is a big thing, because when you talk about this mental health thing, it's like you have to make yourself vulnerable. You make
That
yourself
part.
vulnerable to someone, and whether it be to a group of people or one person, but it's a big bridge to cross. As a man in America, crossing that bridge is hard. Being vulnerable, I mean, it's difficult. It's very
It's because you never really know what people's intentions are, and like as a man, it's almost like your defenses are always up. You know what I'm saying? So you get it from so many different angles. At any given time, your defenses are always up. So it's like that could definitely make it hard to be vulnerable to shit anybody.
No,
Mhm.
now watch this. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask this question for a reason. Hey, Jamaica, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
When was the last time you had a pet?
A pet?
Yeah.
Probably about 20 years ago.
When was the last time you felt like you weren't a man?
Never.
So you know that pet shit is out the window. Like, bro, I'm gonna put it like this: I've had pets, and I don't want another one. I don't not right now. I don't know who the other way. Who is that?
I don't know.
Sorry about that. Now, I'm less of a man at times, but
Yeah, no. That's
you
my
know,
whole point. Because you know what, you have that pet, and it makes you vulnerable. I ain't trying to say there's nothing wrong with having a pet, but it makes you vulnerable because you care for something. It's like caring for a child.
Mm-hmm.
People
Yeah.
get through with this thing that people sometimes discredit and disvalue, and that's the part that's tough. But we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it at all. I know the last pet I had. I know how it affected me. I know the pets that I've had, and man, I've never been able to give my pet the right send off. When I say send off, you know what I mean.
mhm.
They
Yeah.
did. I got to send them off the right way. I've never been able to do that, and it bothers me. Now, that is that something that a man's supposed to talk about? Nah, I'm supposed to say, man, fuck that pet, and keep on moving. I'm supposed to John Wick the thing.
I mean, you're supposed to like just treat it like it, not like it was a part of your family, but it's just a piece of merchandise that I can just go get another one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that was a living, breathing creature that you took care of for however many years.
Now think about that. Now think about that and apply it to our approach to women. This is the reason why I need a woman in here. A woman in here. Somebody get a woman on here. Because I mean, this is back to coming. As
Please
men,
get a
we
woman
brought the
on here.
whole
Tori has been begging for about an hour now. Can we please?
almost an hour, man. Can we get a woman in here? Somebody.
Well, guys, I got to get back to work. I got like another 2.5 hours before I can go home.
Hey, man, thank you for your
But I had to
time.
hop on.
Thank you for your time and your contribution.
Oh, not a problem. Thank you, guys.
Later.
And that's
Thank
the
you,
whole
brother.
point, man. When something feels so important to someone that they do that, I recognize, I respect that.
Mhm.
But yeah, think about it. We're supposed to have pets. We have I'll give you a good example. DMX, he loved his dogs. Now, just because it was DMX, that we didn't say like DMX, yo, you loving them dogs too much. It was DMX. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
But at the same time, he loved them dogs so much, and like he had his first dog tattooed on his back.
Yeah.
So we got to express our stuff in a different way, other than just
Mhm.
talk.
Yeah, like I know the two I've got right now. One I've had. I'm 25 now, and one of them I've had since I was about.
Hold on,
10.
wait, what?
Do what?
What? No, I'm talking about you. You said you what? You're what now?
It was
I'm
the
25.
25 part.
You ain't 25.
Yeah.
You know what? The show is over. The show is over. Forget you. The show is over.
It all makes sense now.
The show is over. The show is over because normally we have problems with people that are 28. You 25? Nah. Nah. But I'm sorry to cut you off, man. I'm sorry.
You're good.
This goes about mental health, as the banner says at the bottom of the screen. People chime in. If you're watching, chime in. Yo, present your question. You scared to come on? I'm kidding. Ain't about being scared, but you know what? Protect yourself. But if you have questions, you have things you want to chime in with it. Send us a message. But TJ, you're 25.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
I'm still, I don't know what to say after that. You're 25.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you're 25.
Oh, okay. That was TJ. I thought that was Sarah By.
No, that's TJ, who is 25.
Yeah, I know TJ is a young buck.
TJ is 25.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, TJ. Go ahead, man. You with your 25-year-old self.
Yeah. But one of my dogs I've had since I was about 10, and they're still like going. So it's like, how much longer you got, old man? Because this is gonna suck. Literally had you since I was a child.
Oh, it sucks. It sucks, bro.
It's gonna be tough.
I lost one in 7th grade. A month later, I got another one. And I ain't trying to make this about me, but I'm telling you that I can understand what you're saying. I got to college and I went around every day. And she got into some stuff. She got snake bit, but she was too old. You know, normally dogs and snake bites, it's fine.
Yeah.
But she was too old. And so I wasn't even there to see her being put down. And she got put down gangster style. She got put down with the back of her axe to the back of her head. I wasn't there. And then he had the nerve to tell me, like, yo, I kind of agree. I'm like, what the fuck? Don't tell me that. So it took 2 tries.
They told you what? So wait, they told you what?
Yo, I kind of grazed her the first time.
Oh, shit.
You telling me this about my best friend that replaced my best friend? I'm grown as fuck now.
Camera off. Camera fucking off.
Yo, you finna sit here and tell me about how you killed my damn child and didn't really do it the right way? So yes, I understand, man. I never got to see any of my pets off the right way. So, but yo, as men, we all men on here. Everybody just shared a moment. Everybody shared a moment right there. But we ain't supposed to talk about that, huh?
Exactly.
Hey, yeah, I put your dog down, but I kind of grazed her at first.
Almost lost you today, didn't I?
I almost lost you today, didn't Like, so you mean to tell me before my dog died, you made her suffer even more?
Like,
Okay.
thanks, man. Really appreciate that.
Even worse. She was well. She moved, nigga. She was trying to get away.
She used actual life instincts. But you know what though? Touching on that, those are called traumatic childhood experiences. And you know what? We had someone show up to our school and talk about this. She called them ACEs, ACE, adverse childhood experiences. And you know what? That really matters. Because you know, I'm not trying to. I would love for a woman to get in here. Damn it! But as men, we go through them too. We go through them too.
Absolutely.
We go through them too. And you know what? I read something, and I hate saying you know what a lot because I had a chat. Never mind. Anyway, getting down to the meat and bones. Yo, Richard Pryor is probably celebrated as one of the most famous comedians ever, if not the most famous comedians ever.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Pryor was touched as a child. Richard Pryor's parents were involved in the adult entertainment industry. Richard Pryor saw a lot. He had adverse childhood experiences. He had ACEs. And it led to him not being able to stay in a marriage for longer than a year. It led to him going down on Pam Grill with coke in the family and sending her to the hospital. It led to a lot of stuff. So sometimes when you wonder why men are the way they are, it's not because we're just trying to be dirty. Sometimes we ain't allowed some of the stuff that I guess we could be. Jill is asking for the link. I got her.
You know, some instances, you're just a product of your environment.
And that's the thing. You don't want to be a product of the environment, but at the same time, sometimes you are. And you need something to help you navigate.
Yeah.
I know for me, when I go through stuff that I go through, I usually, I'll listen to music or I'll play video games. That's like a comfort zone for me.
But you know what? I've often heard the phrase "you're a product of your environment" used as a very final thing of oh, you just are who you are. You can't change that. Nah, bullshit. Bullshit. You know what? Because you think about other things that are produced to be a certain way. Prime example, you brought up video games and stuff, or like games themselves, or like controllers or systems or whatever. Well, those are modified and upgraded every day to be better than they were by their original manufacturers.
Now,
we don't have to be who we are today. We can always get up there.
Now, that was on everybody's hates Chris. Today's reality is not necessarily yesterday's reality. At the same time, why do men turn to video games? Why do men turn to things like that? Because there's no one else around to judge. You get freedom. You get to be open range with yourself. Why do we do that? And at the same time, don't get me wrong, because I would love to do another episode about the plight of a woman. I would love to do that because Lord knows I love women. But
Dwight Howard don't.
Well, apparently, but Dwight Howard does not. But I grew up around women, so I love studying the plight of them. I love that because I want to make sure that if I get involved with somebody, I want to make sure that they feel the way I've seen that women don't want to feel. I've seen my mom, my aunt, I've seen my grandma. I want to make them feel the way that they shouldn't feel because I've seen how they felt when it was negative. I want to make them feel the positive. But at the same time, why do we have to turn to video games? We turn to video games and all the other type of stuff. Why?
Because society makes it feel like you can't express yourself as a man. So you have to turn to different things. We turn to different things and hobbies to make ourselves feel better when all we want is the comfort of a woman.
Thank you. Woman or man, it's 2020. You know.
Hey, listen.
Whatever you do is what you do. We want comfort. The big key, the big ticket, pun intended.
Hey. Different show.
The big ticket is the comfort.
Yeah, definitely.
So we feel like we got to run, and we displace our emotions in other stuff. We displace it in video games. We displace it in addictions. Oh yeah, I'm not getting away from addictions. I'm not getting away from that. We displace it in addictions, video games. We displace it in adverse interactions with other people. We displace it in that way because that's what society wants, and they want us to displace it in adverse interactions. They want us to wild out. When all it really takes is, bro, you're hurt and I'm hurt too. I don't care what gang you represent. I don't care what color you fly, but bro, you hurt and I'm hurt too. And they want to keep that conversation away.
Now you know what's crazy too. I'm gonna add this to it too. A lot of men feel that they can't embrace another man. You know, like if another man is hurting, you can't go over there and hug that person and tell them, yo, it's going to be okay. It's, everything is good. They got to make it seem like it's, it's so feminine. No, it's not that. Like, listen, I'm gonna let it be. I'm going to be honest with y'all. TG and Aaron Jump, I've cried in front of numerous times. I've hugged these motherfuckers. These are my brothers. And I mean that shit from the heart. TJ, there's no disrespect to you. Like I said, I don't know you like that. I only know you through EFED, but you seem like a cool dude. But like I said, the three of us cried in front of each other numerous times.
Plenty.
Numerous times. And not one time we sat there and judged each other and stuff like that. And that's always been a problem with the way society is now. Like, oh, you do that, you gay, you not a man, you less of a man. Like, just because you didn't get hugged as a child, don't take it out on us.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll sit here and tell you right now, we really don't care what your sexual preference is. Are you different?
We live in a society where somehow there's lists and shit of things you shouldn't do as a man that get passed around and shared on social media and shit. And
that's the problem, though.
And the shit gets accepted.
Hello?
We've been talking from a man aspect. From a man aspect.
Can I just say something else before we go to? I know what you're about to do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Prime example is Will Smith. Y'all don't know what that man was going through, but y'all clowned him and did all this stuff. Oh, he's a sucker, this and that. Y'all don't realize that man held a lot of shit in. He's been competing with a dead man since he married that woman. He's been competing with a dead man. And your own child is writing letters to a dead man she never met.
That was the part that got me when you
That she never met was like, come back so you could make mommy happy. How you think that made Will? And Will was quiet. All that was building up. All that was building up. And when he snapped, now he's the bad guy.
No, he didn't snap.
He snapped.
He didn't snap.
You don't think he snapped?
But he didn't snap. He acted on what his woman wanted him to do.
No, bro, that was a lot of anger behind that smack.
Bro, it wasn't anger behind that snap. My woman is sitting right there wanting me to do something, so I got to do it with my full ass.
But did you see what she did? You see what she said after that?
Yeah.
She sat there in an interview and was like, I don't care what anybody thinks about my bald head, but you sat there and rolled your eyes when Chris Rock said something, and you made that poor man sit there and react in a way that he shouldn't, that possibly could have fucked up his career.
Oh, it has.
But then you want to sit there and write a book. Now you want to say all this other shit. I lost so much respect for her.
That's what I'm saying, though. So now we got a woman on the panel.
But I don't want to take away from my sister.
I can't even watch Jason Murray.
I'm glad you're here with us tonight, Mel, Beast, TJ, you been hanging in, bro. I know you at work, man. Thank you.
Well, listen, I just wanted to share my 2 cents. I gotta, be a dad and stuff. I'll still be watching and stuff, and I'll add my 2 cents. I love y'all.
Well,
I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Well, dang, forget you too, then, man. Dang,
nah, see, don't do that. See, there you go. There you go.
Dang,
now look, I don't want to press the wrong button. Okay. Because last time
I got you.
Okay. Thank you.
I got you. Hold on, wait. I don't know why that's so damn funny.
Because I fucked up the last show.
All right, so apparently,
hurry up. Jill got a lot to say, and I want to hear it.
No, but
I'm by myself. Yo, oh man, damn. I was about to go in. Yo, welcome to the Family Meeting Podcast. Let me let y'all know something now. Mental health is really a serious thing. And nobody's here now, so I could say pretty much what I want. Beast Mode is the most sensitive person I know. Thought I was gonna say something different.
You got to get yourself out of here. Just don't hit end podcast.
I'm hitting end right now because
you hit leave studio like a good smart person.
No, leave on my phone.
Leave studio. Hit. I know you can hear me. Hit leave studio.
Okay, you by yourself now, T.
I know. We got to make sure this thing is right again.
How many grown men does it take to work a stream?
How many foreheads does it take to be successful?
Okay, you got listen. You got to do all that. You got to do all that. It's a positive show. The family show.
But that's why we family. We have to do that.
Yeah, well,
yeah. He's gonna have to remove himself from the studio. Don't end the call. Remove.
He's already gone, bro.
He's gone already.
He's not gone. He's right here.
No, that means he's still backstage.
He's right there.
Okay, so just leave him alone.
Either way, we talk about mental health. All right. So now that we got a woman involved, we've already addressed the issue that, okay, there's a lot of things that go on with a man, mental health wise.
Mm-hmm.
From a woman's perspective, what do you have to add?
Well, well, a lot of people, mostly you guys and my family, know what I've been through. I had a house fire back in 2019. I had first and second degree burns on my arm, and I lost my cat in the process. around that time. That was when COVID was happening, the very, very start of COVID. Um, when I tell you that year was just terrible, I had the fire, then the start of COVID, then it was the death of my great grandmother, my grandmother, my cousin, all within a couple of months of each other. So I ended up getting diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, depression, with OCD tendencies. And it's hard. It is hard because there are a lot of people that don't quite understand what it's like when you always have to wrestle with your mind every fucking day, where you always think that something bad is gonna happen. You always think that the other shoe is gonna drop, so you're always living life on edge, where the littlest things make you jump. And it's hard. It's very hard. It's hard to try to explain to people who don't see it like a disability. They say, "Oh, just shrug it off, walk it off, you'll be fine."
Right.
That's one of the one things you should never say to anyone like that, because it's just like, suck it up, stop being a baby.
This is what they say.
What?
He said that's what they say. Yeah.
So, I've had my bouts, my episodes, or whatever you want to call them. I just think the terminology when it comes to mental health is it gives it a bad thing, a bad, it's not an episode. It's not an attack. You're just having a moment where your emotions are so overpowering, you just don't know how to react or take them in. So you can go from freaking out, you can go to crying, or like sometimes what I do, unfortunately, is I shut down and I lock everybody out. And there is only, like I said, we have our little family group chat that we talk to on a daily basis, and whenever I have a bad day, that's my little that's my center. That's my home. Because I jump on the chat and it's not even e-setting. Nothing. It's just bullshit that we talk about. Aaron gets on and we all smoke, or Tori gets on and we all have a drink and play games. And I feel that not a lot of people in this hobby that we do can have been as fortunate as I've been, meeting my fiance, meeting all these amazing people. I mean, I was in Aaron's house. I sat on his wife's couch. And I got drunk by 10 a.m. because I was terrified of meeting Matt. Yeah, that's how it's just, Mel's been in my house. My mom gave him food, gave him a to-go bag. And he was upset because it wasn't enough. I met, Joker Jay's been here. I've met Tori. It helps having people that understand.
And
you know
I don't want to cut you off, but I want to ruin a good thing. It helps having people that understand. Because there's a lot of times where you may be going through something mentally, and you can talk to somebody, and they can give you the answers, or they can give you what they think the answers are. But that ain't what you need at the moment. It hurts, but it heals.
Mhm.
But that ain't what you need at the moment. It helps having someone that you understand, or someone that understands you. You can go through something.
Absolutely.
You'd be like, "Oh, this is totally fucked up. It's totally screwed up." I'm sorry. I try not to cuss on this podcast. But at the same time, when you have someone who understands, that's what you go with.
Yep. And that's why I tell everyone. You guys can vouch for me. I tell everyone my inbox is always open. Always open. Whenever someone can't sleep, I don't sleep. I get yelled at by Aaron for not sleeping. So, uh,
He's the wrong one because he don't sleep.
he don't sleep either, right? But I always tell people, don't think that you're alone. No, don't think that you're alone. You should always have someone there to talk to reach out that somewhat understands what you're going through.
Always, always, and that's what I learned in this game. But at the same time, with mental health, as we talk to everybody who may not even be involved in EFED, you're never alone. Someone loves you. Someone is dependent on you. Someone is looking at you. Someone is admiring you. Someone is saying that you are the reason why they get up in the morning. Let me pull this off the screen because this is what I got to say. For everyone was struggling through mental health, and you ever think about taking yourself out the game because this is my time. Someone loves you. Someone needs you. Someone is looking at you saying that's what they want to be. Don't take yourself away.
And can we just emphasize the fact that mental health is just that? It is health. It's not a disability. It is not a curse or anything like that. It's not like
but it's not a disability. It is what it is. Is that what you were trying to say? Not an illness, not a disability. It is what it is. Because we all felt that way. Because I will tell y'all the God honest truth. For anyone who's been sticking around for 1 hour and 18 minutes, I reached my lowest point. I was ready to be done. Y'all know what that means. I was ready to be done. If it wasn't for my brothers that was around, and even though they weren't around in person, they were around on phone. And yes, I'm one of the ones that say, like, if you had to talk to somebody on the phone, they weren't there in person, blah, 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 that you didn't really mean it. Whatever. I tried. I told y'all I would get to this, and now I got to this. If you've been watching all the way up to this point, I tried. I pulled the trigger. Hold on, I'm sorry. I pulled the trigger. Twice. But I'm still here. So, how important is mental health? How important is it? Is that much. But what do we do in this game? We found connections and found relationships and found friendships and brotherhoods and family. We found that. And that's what I can put and attest to this. My mental health was messed up so much to the point where I tried to off myself twice in the same night. But one person was on the phone. It didn't work. Now, you can put that to whatever deity you want to, but it didn't work. Everybody goes through it. And I want anyone who's watching this after the fact, anyone who's watching this, even though we've only had a couple of viewers during the fact, after the fact, anyone who's watching this and still to this point, making it to this point in this video, I want you to know that you matter. You matter, and you matter to someone. You matter, and you're the reason why someone else keeps living. You're the reason why someone else has inspiration. You matter. And if you were to do what I was so foolish enough to try to do, I told you I was going to bring this back up. If you try it, don't. Because you're that important. You're that important. They need you. No matter how much you feel like you are not that important, they need you. You matter enough. Someone loves you, and someone loves you enough to be able to say that I keep living because you keep living. That's all I'm saying. Y'all go ahead and you can carry the show out for all I care. But I wanted everyone to know my truth. I tried it. I wanted to die. And I tried it twice, same night. But I still had my same people that were around me that were there the whole way. Even though they didn't stop me from doing it, but they were there. Mental health is important. At the time when I was at my lowest and I felt like I didn't want to go on, y'all saved my life. At the time when I didn't know what EFED was, EFED saved my life. Because I was ready to be done. I wasn't ready to commit suicide, no. But I was ready to be done. I was ready to do whatever to my body that would make me not be able to go on. I was ready. And I tried. And then fast forward to the future, I was ready to actually pull the trigger twice. Y'all saved my life. Y'all people saved my life. And so if I ever did anything that you actually respect or admire or whatever, I love you. And if I didn't, I love you still. Because y'all are the reason why I'm still here. Because it could have been different. I'm going to be quiet now. I'm going to let y'all go ahead and handle that.
No, well, I'm gonna say the same thing you said, Tori. Eat Fetting and the people in it saved my life. I mean, I like I said, I've met them in person. We actually took the time to plan a get together, and we hung out, and there was no issues, no drama, no aside from a few stray hitters, but that's neither here or there. But real quick before I head out, because I'm spending time with family. It's my mom's birthday and everything, so it did. Like I said, I still have amazing people. I have amazing friends, amazing sisters, and an amazing fiance, and all of that gets credit to e-vetting. So that's why it will always keep a special place in my heart because of all the connections and all the bonds that I've made along the way. And I think that's very special to me, and that's something I appreciate.
Definitely.
TJ, you want to come up?
I don't really have anything different to add to that because I think like everything both of you stated in that is very important to remember. That we've all got our people out there that are going to look out for us one way or another. I'm actually going to go ahead and peace out myself now because I'm actually running out of charge. So go.
We're watching the World Series.
Oh, fun!
Thank you for joining, bro.
Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for joining, and thank you for sharing.
No worries. Y'all have a good one.
You too, bro.
Beast Mode, you the last one, man.
What are we doing? I just got back.
Never mind. Everybody who tuned into the show. A lot of people bared their heart to you tonight. Myself, Jill, everyone who came in. And Beast Mode in his own way. He did too. If you go back and watch.
Yeah. I mean, I did earlier, yeah.
Yeah, if you go back and watch. But mental health is important. Take care of yourself. Love your people. Take care of yourself and each other. Because you know what? The same struggle that you got, you are not alone. Not ever. Find somebody that you can lean on.
And honestly, I'm sorry to interrupt you real quick, but honestly, one of the things I know that I go through, and they get tired of hearing all the time, is me saying I didn't want to be a burden or an inconvenience or anything like that. And you do get afraid to reach out because you do feel like, oh my God, they're probably tired of my shit. But I can honestly say the boy and, you know, and my fiance and my family and all like that, they understand that that's something that's just, it's just natural that that's the first thought process, you know? So,
So this will be a reoccurring topic. So for tonight, everyone just recognize you are not alone. You are not alone. And even if you hit us up, even if you haven't talked to us before, we're here. You are not alone. For the Family Meme Podcast, for tonight, I want to say good name. For those who will tune in later, I salute you.
And we will try our hardest not to wait a month for the next one.
Fact.
do you need me to send reminders to you? Because I can.
It ain't about
it's honestly
wait. Now we just had a perfect send off, and now you want to do that? Talk to me behind stage. Talk to Beast behind stage.
I love you guys. Have a good night.
And thank you. And for those who will watch later, thank you. Just know that you are not alone. We're all in this thing together. And what you feel, you are not alone. We all feel the same way. And so with that being the case, this is the Family Meme Podcast. We're family, same house, different rooms. Your family too, though. You could have been anywhere else in the world tonight, but you're here with us. And we appreciate that. And just know that we appreciate you. Keep on living. This is the Family Meme Podcast. Signing out. Good night.